welcome to Meaningful Conversations with Top Cause. I'm Melky, your host, and I'm so glad you are here. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is the podcast where we dive into transformative ideas and practical strategies that help us become better humans, whether at work, at home, or within our communities. Today's topic is one that resonates deeply with anyone who has ever asked, why does my workplace feel like we are stuck in quicksand? Why does it feel like we are all working hard, but not necessarily working together? Today, we are exploring learning organizations, what they are, why they matter, and more importantly, how we can create one in the context of system thinking's shared vision and the fascinating concept of reverse mentoring. So, grab your coffee or tea, your notebook, or just a moment to breathe. Let's dive in. Let me ask you this quick question. Have you ever been part of a team that felt alive, like a living, breathing entity, where everyone worked in harmony toward a shared goal? Now, I would like you to compare with a team where it felt like each person was speaking a different language, rowing in opposite directions. It's frustrating, right? That's the difference between a learning organization and, well, just another workplace. A learning organization is one that continuously adapts and evolves by embedding learning into its culture. It's not just about training program or fancy workshops. It's about cultivating curiosity, collaboration, and growth as an everyday part of how you operate. And the best part, it's not as unattainable as it sounds. Now let's talk about the first building block of a learning organization. There's something called system thinking. Think of your organization as a garden. Each department, team, or individual is like a plant in that garden. You can't just water one plant and expect the whole garden to thrive. The soil, the sunlight, the rain, all these elements are interconnected. I once worked with a company where the sales team was crushing their numbers, but customer service was drowning in complaints. Why? Because the aggressive sales tactics weren't aligned with what the product could actually deliver. The solution wasn't to blame sales or customer service. It was to step back and look at the entire system as one unit. How each department's action impacted the others. So the first takeaway from this situation is start mapping your system. What's working well? What's creating friction? When you see the big picture, you stop fixing symptoms and start solving root causes. Okay, let's move on to the second pillar called shared vision. This is where Simon Sinek's famous phrase, "Start with why," comes into play. A shared vision isn't just a statement on a slide. It's a compass that aligns everyone's actions. Without it, you get what I call the rowboat problem. Everyone's rowing, but half the team is heading north, the other half is heading south, and no one's making progress. Let me give you a quick example. A friend of mine works at a non-profit where the vision isn't just about raising money, it's about empowering communities. Every time they make a decision, they ask themselves, does this align with our vision? It's a simple but powerful question or a powerful filter. And if you're thinking, well, that sounds nice, but how do I actually create a shared vision? Here's a tip. Don't do it alone. Co-create it with your team. Ask them, why are we here? What impact do we want to make? What values guide us? Yes, values are like a compass that guide you and help you to navigate challenges. So when people feel like they own the vision, they'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. Now let's talk about my favorite concept, reverse mentoring. This flips the traditional idea of mentorship on its head. Instead of senior leaders mentoring junior employees, the learning flows both ways. And here's why it's important. Your team member, the younger ones, often bring fresh perspectives, tech savviness, and insights into emerging trends. On the flip side, senior leaders offer wisdom, experience, and strategic thinking along with a culture of shared vision. Let me share a quick story with you guys that at a tech startup I know, the CEO was paired with a 25-year-old developer for a reverse mentoring program. At first, the CEO was skeptical, but within a few months, the developer had introduced tools that streamlined operations, saving the company thousands of dollars. So what's the action step? Pair up people across generations in your workplace. Set up monthly sessions where they can share skills, ideas, and perspectives. You will be amazed at the innovation that comes out of it. So before we wrap up, I want to leave you with practical framework you can start using today. I call it the learn model. First, listen. Create a culture of deep listening, whether it's to employees, customers, or the system itself. Number 2, engage. Encourage active participation. Let people contribute ideas, ask questions, and challenge the status quo. Number 3, adapt. Be willing to unlearn old habits and embrace new ways of thinking. Number 4, reflect. Regularly review what's working and what isn't. Treat mistakes as opportunities for growth. Number 5, nurture. Invest in learning and development. This could mean mentoring programs, reverse mentoring programs, workshops, or simply celebrating small wins. This learn model isn't just a tool, it's a mindset, it's a culture to create learning organization. So, what's the takeaway from today's episode? Building a learning organization isn't just about improving processes or hitting metrics. It's about creating an environment where people feel safe, where people grow together, where curiosity is celebrated, and where learning never stops. Now, I would like you to take up a challenge. And here's your challenge. Take one idea from today's episode and put it into action within your team this week. Maybe it's mapping your system, co-creating a vision, or trying out reverse mentoring. And if you're ready to take it to the next level, I would love to help. Visit talkcause.com to book a free discovery call where we'll explore how to make your organization a thriving learning ecosystem where people grow together. Thank you for spending time with me today on Meaningful Conversations with Talkers. If you found value in this episode, please share it with someone who could use a little inspiration in their workplace. And don't forget to subscribe or follow so you never miss an episode that are released every Sunday. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward together.